55-50. I won't even call it that big of a margin. Belichick's
I know, but
a
you
great
said
coach.
55-50.
My math.
Ocho versus science. This is a thing.
First of all, y'all don't even know what the y'all talking about because y'all talking about the NBA. Everybody got guaranteed contracts, and it's false.
They do. SA, what are you talking about?
We're seeing the president and the potential president sit there and talk over each other, call each other names. What are we showing our children? Do you love him?
Yeah, I love Chad.
I love you too. Hey, Fred, I love you, Fred.
I love you too, bro.
Camera guy, I love you, dude.
Let me get messy, Chan.
Week 2, season 3, off to an amazing start. Feels so good to have partners this time around. We don't got to do all the heavy lifting ourselves. Draftkings extending the same bet that they did last week. First, you got to download Draftkings Sportsbook, and then you can participate. Same as week 1, week 2. Bet $1, you get $200. Bet $1, get $200. You heard that? Use promo code ATHLETE. So excited about this. We got some amazing things happening week 3, week 4, week 5, throughout the entire football season and beyond. ATHLETE is the promo code. Draftkings Sportsbook is the app. I Am Athlete is the platform.
Right now, if we had the battle, me and you, right?
I'm smoking.
No,
bro.
listen. Listen. Nah, you're smoking.
sorry.
Man, I do this.
I thought you meant bars.
I'm talking about bar. I'm a battle rapper. What you talking about, man? You better ask about me. Listen, if we had the battle right now, somebody dropped the beat, and I gave you 16, right? Cameras on, lights on.
You ain't in my weight class.
Who?
I would totally deny you. You know why? That's like saying if somebody said, put a ball in your hand, put a ball in my hand and run.
Before the ball, I learned how to talk. So what you talking about?
You just talking. I do this. See, my repertoire, I got a repetition of the status like this. Like how you know, like, you know how you on the field?
Back in the lunchroom.
I got status. I am the baddest. You just the gladdest. With me, you gonna end up the maddest.
It's all good.
You see nice like Gladys. I leave your glasses shattered.
Ooh.
You like pancakes battered. You like crack pieces scattered. You see my mind's all mattered. You hear though, so I'm flattered.
Give me my beat, man. Don't stop that shit, man. Don't stop that shit. It's my turn. And I do this. Give me that.
Same beat.
Give him the lunchroom.
4-5. It's in my pocket.
Ooh,
I call him Trump.
ooh,
Make you jump.
ooh, ooh.
One thing I don't never do is play games. It's gonna be a shame when that's. Oh, I'm done. That's it. That's it. I just wanted to give you a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going platinum, B. Huh? Now, who just won? I just bust your.
That's what McDonald's see.
Listen, man.
When you eat McDonald's, you start thinking all kind of bull. You don't know what happened.
Hey,
You start saying all kind of
How you gonna blame me? Don't do that.
Man, my production was.
We had to fight to get a meal. Yeah, wrongfully accused. We had to fight to get appeals. That's why we right to get a deal. He on the team, he gotta eat, you know. Despite your skills, keep it riding for the fam. You gotta light the wheels straight up. But in the past bad, work up in the trash bag. I'll pass a lot to take the test before I pass class. And my family needed bread, I had to come correct. That's why I keep airing it out like I just passed gas.
Hey, Chef, you know it's open season now. We know you got your eyeglass company coming out soon.
Yes,
but
sir.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
How y'all feel about Chef's joints he got on right now? You wear them, Chan?
No, like he about to shoot a laser out his eyes. Can't fuck with them.
Heavy on the Cyclops X-Men, guys. It's fly for him, though. I ain't gonna lie, it look fly on you.
I got diabetes. I ain't go to the doctor though.
What? Holy hold on, y'all. This is getting ridiculous in here.
SP, they gonna take my foot out the wild.
What the are you to put that cake down?
My foot be numb. I wake
Put
up, my
that
foot
cake
be numb.
down, brother.
Yeah. They can take my foot. They took my uncle foot.
You can say that now.
Till my foot gone.
Till your foot going, dog.
Y'all ain't gonna live but 2 years longer than me and be mad.
That's your mentality, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why that don't work. Black people, we are the most up people by high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol. How the does a virus that don't know no color affect black people the most? You answer that question. So it ain't always about what you want to do, because you may be an extraordinary gentleman, my brother. You may have the body and the DNA to be able to eat what the you want, when the you want, how the you want. That don't mean your nephew and your niece can. Don't mean your auntie and your uncle can. Don't mean your cousins can. Don't mean your whole family line can. So the ignorant you saying works for you.
Yeah.
Not our people.
I ain't telling them to do it, bro. I'ma do it.
But the babies watch by example, dog. That's just life. That's real life.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
Whatever you did in life, whoever you love, whatever you did, you learn by example. By example. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Oh no, you real. But the thing about the COVID affecting black people more, I think it's deeper than that. I think it's healthcare. I think it's the areas. I think it's marginalizing people.
I'm just telling you about black people being fucked up the most.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
how
yeah,
does
but
a
I'm just
virus
thinking
that
I
don't
think
know
it's-
no color fuck up black people the most, because we already fucked up the most. And why? Because of programming. That's all I'm simply trying to tell you. And that programming leads to thinking, I could do this, I could do that, because our grandparents had to. The general cause is to get our people as a whole to think a little bit different, because the easiest way to knock us off is through food, water, and miseducation. Simple as that.
I think miseducation should be first.
You like arguing. I could do this all day, but I could agree with you on that.
Yeah, yeah,
But you're gonna die without food or water.
yeah.
You ain't gonna die without an education,
So-
so we can argue about that part too.
But he said something interesting. You said y'all gonna live 2 more years longer than I and be mad. So you okay with the lifestyle around what you said, food and water, because you okay with that?
I can't do it. I'm gonna have me some chicken wings, bro.
I ain't arguing with you. See,
Yeah.
that's the part where I'm not gonna argue with how you feel on what you wanna do. Let's X you out the picture.
Yeah.
What about your family? What about your aunt, your uncle? What about those who came before you that lived? Do you have any family members?
Yeah.
Have they suffered from health issues?
Yeah, we got a bunch of feet cut off in my family.
You funny as
Holy
Bro, I used to... No, SP, I tell you.
Oh no!
Hey, it's the wrong show. Hey,
Bro, I used to lotion my uncle's nose.
Dog, come on, dog. Is that the right for him to say? I got a bunch in my family got to get their foot cut off. What the What the are we talking about? I got a bunch in my family that got their foot cut off.
Yeah.
That's insane. When are we gonna stop the feet cutting off? When is it gonna stop, dog?
Keep dying.
God,
Leave 'em
dog.
hanging.
This gotta stop, man. This comfortable with his foot cut off. I gotta lose a foot. I gotta lose a foot. What?
I'm ready,
You
bro.
don't gotta lose a foot. Like breaking news. You don't gotta lose a foot.
He one of those dudes that's cool with that. Like, I'm chipping away from him. And the only way to chip away from Chan is like, I don't talk to him about how we talk. When I talk to him, I'm talking to him about his wife and kids. So that's how you gotta get to him, because he one of them country bumpkin dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
that shit
cool
don't
with
matter.
like, hey, if I make it to 75, I'm good. Like, that's him.
Yo, dog, I might wanna stay healthy, walk right out of here and slip on an M&M and break my neck. That's life. That don't got nothing to do with the babies. Like, we now at a point where we have no choice but to start thinking about those who come behind us just for the times we're on and the times we're in right now. I'm not telling you to be a fucking vegan, bro. I'm not telling you to even not eat meat, not eat that's not, I'm not one of them kind of people. My suggestion is what I would tell anybody that's brown, black, Spanish, even poor white people. Be as healthy as you can for your family, because they don't give a fuck about you on the other side. And that's real life talk.
That's so good.
If you gone and you're a breadwinner, think about it. You made your way out the fucking mud, figured it out, found a way, did it, put the work hours in, put the work ethic in, did all of that shit, made your name, it's cemented. To throw it the away and not to say to the next generation, okay.
SP though, I gotta challenge you because that's hard for some people. Like, to me, I always say it's like the path to enlightenment. This is part of it. But that be over our people's head.
It's time for it to not be over our people's head, because what's over your head is what you keep saying is over your head.
Right.
If you accept that energy to where it's over your head and not say this is the reality of the situation where we are at as brown folk. Why the f does he care? Have you asked yourself that? Why the f does your brother care that much? You want to get your foot cut off? You from a long line of foot cut off? Why the f does he care that much? Like, you got to ask yourself that. You willing to say, I'm eating, I'm ready to die, cut my foot off.
Get it.
He waking up every day, chipping you down to not get your foot cut off. Why? Why is he like that?
Cause he care about me, but there's extremes, bro. You seem extreme and he's extreme. Well, you gotta enjoy your life. Enjoy like people give up on pork. God gave me swine. He loves me because he gave me that pork. Yes, he does.
Stop it, Palumbo.
He loves me.
Oh my God. Nah, dog. Nah.
You don't eat
You
pork?
ain't gonna do that. No,
It was the cheapest
dog,
food.
I'm 47. I'm from New York City. I ain't pork since I was 12. I knew chitlins was wrong.
Was you eating fried chicken?
I definitely ate fried
Oh,
chicken.
look, hey, we gonna let Chang gonna make you some chitlins right now.
Well, you gotta
just
boil
go
them
back
out.
with it.
First, you gotta boil them out. You gotta boil them out to get the doo-doo out of them. And once you boil them out, now they cleaned up because that hot water done hit them. Now you press them out, then you cut them and you flash fry them side to side. Oh my God. That's Jesus.
Garbage.
You know what you talking about?
Babies, dog.
That's
You
Jesus.
don't care about
That's
the
Jesus'
babies,
fingers.
Look, listen. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's it,
I am
right.
47 years old in November. If you don't give a about you, I'm cool with it. I got better do than me to give a about if you get.
Right.
I'm gonna take a few minutes or a few hours of repeated conversations with you. If I'm comfortable with you not giving a about you, the babies, not so. Don't tell your babies this shit. Keep it with him. Keep your chitlin cooking. Keep all that convo between him.
I feel like you don't peel back the curtains on your conversation around this ultra versus science thing. Like, you don't go deep.
It's all individual.
Exactly.
Individual.
That's what I just said.
But he don't do that.
I don't do that. What works for you?
Right.
Do you want to go through life measuring every little mother thing you put into your body? Does that make you happy? Yeah. It's based on individualism, what you like. Me, the way I've always been, nah. And you're not controlling when it's time to go anyway by what you consume and put in your motherfucking mouth. That's how I think and how I believe.
Right.
It's not what works for Ochocinco.
Right.
It's not what works for all of us individually. It's what's gonna help us at the end of the day as black, brown, whatever you wanna call it, kings, queens, gods, people. Now, if I ask you, Mr. Ochocinco, what kind of watch is that?
Richard Mille.
Okay, what kind of sneakers are those, Ocho?
Air Force Ones.
Now, to me, that means Mr. Ochocinco, to his spending ability, always buys the best that he can for the outside of his body. Hold on, let me finish talking, right? Everything on the outside of his body is always drippy.
Right.
From when I've been seeing you, for the glasses fly, watch fly, sneakers fly, sweatsuit fly, shirt fly. How many times a day do you wash, Mr. Ochocinco?
One.
If you could wash multiple times a day, if the time permits, would you?
No.
That's you. What about you? No, I'm just saying. Y'all football players. Y'all might be
averaging one right
I'm
now.
a little, but if you could, damn.
You might be.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If your body stink, you're gonna wash it to the most.
Yeah.
You're gonna wash the outside of your body to the best of your ability.
Yeah, but my
you put
mindset-
on the best of your.
That's
Look at everybody's sneakers.
Right.
Look at everybody's wrist. Look at everybody's jeans. Look at everybody's shirt. Right. When the did you monitor the insides the same?
Right.
Ooh. When did you wash or care about your insides, Mr. Ochocinco?
Every time
the same exact way. You just gave me a bunch of
Every
about
time.
the individual with the body, this and that, but he didn't say that about the outside of his body.
You ain't hear me?
Just the inside. He didn't
Every
throw on the
time I've been-
Timex. He didn't throw on bull skippies. He didn't do none of that. He made the sure that shell, the frames, the watch, the sneakers, the sock. Every time I ever seen him, laced.
Right.
He'll eat bullshit though.
Who said it's
Where-
bullshit?
I said it's
It ain't bullshit to me because it worked for me.
It's bullshit.
always work.
Now I just asked you earlier.
It's like I
what
just-
about the majority of
What?
black people?
I'm talking about me. I'm talking
And
about
I
me.
said-
I'm speaking from a
and I
perspective of me.
and I said
it
I
works for
respect
me.
that.
What it does for me.
I respect
you
that
call
as
it trash, but it's
individual.
done wonders for this body.
And I respect
what's on
that
the
as
inside?
an individual.
Okay.
What about the black and brown race is all I'm saying to
So
you.
I'm
not talking to you about an
hold on, hold on.
individual, dog.
So you want me to give the message to all the people that don't even
No, I
listen?
want us to give
they
the
don't
message.
listen to begin with. Let's start there.
I don't.
We don't listen to begin with. So I'm not going to be the one preaching what we need to be putting in our body. And we can't even stick together. We crabs in the barrel. Talk
No,
about,
I'm not a crab.
Not you.
I'm not a crab.
No, I'm talking about
and I'm not a crab, and I'm gonna teach the other kids how to not be a crab. And if you want to
let's talk about us. Let's talk
I'm
about
gonna
us
tell
as
you
a
about
people.
that first
As
of
a
all.
brown,
We're
as a
gonna
black.
get into this, me.
Let's talk
Because if
about
you want
us.
to talk about crabs in the
Let's
barrel,
talk about
I'm gonna
us.
tell you why they crabs in the barrel.
Why?
Poison in your body leads
The
to
bat ain't got nothing to do with it.
toxin thinking.
That
You ain't gonna tell me this. You know why?
We can't even think together
Dog,
and do things as one.
I'm somebody
We
who
can't
would've
even do
shot-
things as one.
I'm gonna be real with you. Years ago,
I
I'm
like
somebody
this.
who would have shot,
I like this.
stabbed, or whipped anybody that violated me with the slightest, what I thought was a violation, because my ego, my pride, my toxins, not understanding my love for myself, my body, my community, my temple, and my family as a whole. So I don't disagree with what you're saying as an individual.
Yeah.
I could wholeheartedly say 100, 1,000% as an individual, bow down. I respect it and I understand it. I am not here as an individual though. I think as we as brown kings and black men don't start waking up and in the time there's a pandemic and say, it's beyond individual, dog. Maybe you can't change it. Maybe I can't change it. Maybe B can't change it. Maybe those two can't change it. But together, we could get up that field a little bit. We could get that one extra yard. We get them 5 extra yards. If we say together, we're gonna kick this motherfucker down. And we can get you, maybe we can't throw a bomb and get all the way down the field. Keep getting that first down, dog.
We gotta talk about free game. Free game on this show. And we talk about loving your wife. We talk about sexuality with your wife. We talk about raising your kids. We talk about all making money.
Sexuality or
business.
just sex with your wife?
The sexuality, I'm nasty. ISP, I'm nasty. I don't even
thought
know
that was
my wife over there. Bro, I'm nasty. And her ass in trouble tonight, too.
What y'all doing? Y'all gonna do the kitty, or y'all gonna do what
I'm
y'all?
gonna crank something up. She sent me something about, it was like a guide on oral pleasure. And it was like 14 topics.
We go.
Yeah, and it was like switch it up. It was some things she sent me, she texted me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it tonight. So she gonna get it tonight. But Ocho, your kids seeing you eat McDonald's. My kids seeing me eat fried chicken, chitlins
They don't even eat
every
like
single
me.
day.
They don't eat like me. They don't give a what I do.
But SB, I'm just saying now. But to Ocho point too, you said we need to set a precedent of health, just like we set a precedent. My kids understand. My wife takes my kids to our investment properties. She lets them know. She lets them see how you flip an Airbnb. Like they know all the business side of life. But them motherfuckers gonna eat a piece of fried chicken wing every
Now
time.
you
I
ain't
go.
walking around Airbnbs with 1 foot. Do you? Is that what we want? We want the babies thinking, I'm from a family of 1 foot. Or to say, if let me ask you this now. You got a queen that loves you enough to say, hey, I'm gonna express to you our sexuality. Let's do this on. Your dick is not gonna work in a few months, bro, off of food. Now, you can think this is a bull. When you get to a certain age, it's blood flow. Your dick gets hard. I'm sorry.
No, go.
I'm
This
sorry.
what you mean? What you mean? That's what you talking about.
You know why a lot of young dudes is on Viagra? And you know how many young black fellas is on pills? It's outrageous. Have you ever thought of it? You going to, y'all got money, so y'all may not go. Have you been to a bodega store lately? Rhino pills this big, man back, horse, Playboy 5,000 hours, break her back, this and that. They in a bodega like this and it's young dudes. Let me ask you this, why you think young fellas, a young black African strong young man, why is this not working? You want me to tell you? It's the bullshit he's putting in the system. His blood's not flowing right.
You cool with that, Chan? Because you talk about sex all the time.
Listen,
because you okay with that early. You okay with that early. But are you okay with you and wifey not?
My wife gonna drag me out the wheelchair, but that motherfucker gonna be rock hard.
But
I'm gonna be numbing it up. But I'm gonna be ready when she jump on top. And I'm gonna turn over and see what I can do if I can put my knees on the bed. But it makes sense though.
Your back ain't anything no longer.
No, I ain't got no deep
This is
stroke.
what I'm saying. Look, let me.
When you ain't got
you
no
know
lower
what
leg.
You know where I may have put it wrong, where you and Chad may not be accepting this as well. I may be, presenting it as it's all about being healthy. That's not where it starts. It's all about balance, so we can survive as a people. It's all about I got up this night. You know it because you did it as a athlete. Damn, I drunk too much. I did this and that.
I never had alcohol before.
Maybe you didn't know.
No, I never
I'm
drank.
sorry.
But I understand. Yes, yeah.
So one of y'all motherfuckers did it.
Yeah.
I did too much. I went over the top. Now I'm gonna get into this gym tomorrow. Hit a couple extra miles, jump a little extra rope,
Drink
hit
3
the thing,
gallons of water.
3 gallons of water, hit my Gatorade, hit my pickle juice, sweat it out, right or wrong. Balance,
100%, yeah.
right or wrong. I fucked up. I got to get to this game. What did you do to make it right? You did something good, or you doubled up on that workout, or you did something to make sure that it made sense. It's about the balance for our people. You may not get enough sleep. You may be eating too much bullshit. You may not be stretching enough. You may not be sweating enough. You may not be moving enough. You may not be thinking enough. All of these things you have to look at and say, if this is happening to me, how do I balance it out?
But see, that's why I'm so passionate about this conversation. We get into it at times, and I couldn't battle these two the way you just did. I appreciate you. Thank you. That's why I sat back and I just listened. But that's what House of Athlete is to me, is the fundamentals of health. But I don't know, SP, if I didn't play football, I would have never watched a documentary or fact-checked that documentary, read books on this stuff, right? In our neighborhoods, there's only a couple of us that make it out, right?
Yeah.
So this conversation is needed so people, because what you said earlier, we need to start with education. What did you say? Was it education?
He said
Miseducation.
miseducation, and we put it on there.
But that's what we got to
Food,
start
water,
with.
miseducation. I think miseducation is number one.
Exactly, right? What we not doing, we're not having those conversations where we come from, right? Like we just so stuck in our ways. So that's where it starts. What is just the conversation, and then now it goes to what you say, Ocho. Like what works for me.
You got to know yourself. Everybody has to know their self and understanding what works for you specifically. If you want to go the healthy route, you can. If you want to have that balance where you do things the right way, and then, if I want to cheat a little bit, then here I go. But it's all about the individuals knowing themselves, and to me, one of the things that you did say is having the message so we can all, and it kind of threw me off a little bit when I think about us. And when it comes to us and wanting to do things as one, as a large group, we tend never to be one of the ones that the Jews got it down pat. Facts. It's one pull up from the other. And it just seems like we have never been able to grasp and being able to work as one whole unit. So it kind of threw me off a little bit where I didn't want to be the one to say, listen, if we all do this could be the end result. When I know as a whole, we can't even do the smallest. You definitely ain't gonna be.
I think that's where it starts though, because if we able to have these conversations and say, okay, I feel this way, you feel this way. we don't have to all the way agree, but can we find a medium?
Right.
To say, all right, you may feel like this, but I may feel like this, but how do we work together to get our people a certain way? Like, because everybody's not gonna stop eating chitlins, beef, pork, chicken, any of that. But if we could start them being minded, just to saying, I'm gonna mind what I'm putting in my body as well as what I'm putting on my body. I'm gonna look up this food when I'm gonna get to my kid because we know what's been happening to our people.
I just dropped off my kids at school, right? My wife was already here to this, so I want to make sure she got credit because she was already there. So I come in at the end, right? Parent-teacher conference, just to your last point. And I'm finally at the school. She done did everything. And at the end, they talking about, oh, I'm looking at the schedule, but this is lunch. I'm like, well, what you feeding my kids? But I'm asking that question. They're like, oh, we got an option, an organic option. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. How we do this? Oh, we got it 2 weeks in advance. This is the school we're at, right? So, you know, those are the conversations we got to start having in our communities. We gotta be mindful of what we're putting in our body. We got to know this stuff. We're not having these conversations.
I think as it relates to the kids, you know, because I dive in every morning just to really help you out. They got apps and websites that give you the menu a month in advance. You feel me?
There you go.
But what I wanted to ask Styles was because we know him from, you know, Rough Riders, D-Block,
Yeah.
you know, the whole thing. And it wasn't another group of rappers, you know what I'm saying, in their era,
Right.
harder than them. Not one. And, you know,
That's debatable.
nah, it ain't
Don't just say that
debatable in
'cause
my
he
book.
here.
I'm agreeing with you, it's not debatable.
This is my book.
he's talking about.
This my book.
Not
It's debatable.
Name a group of rappers.
Bro, after that verses, yeah.
No, but really.
What you
Really,
mean?
put it on the surface,
What you,
though.
hold on, doing
Let me
this
finish
era,
my thought.
Freeway,
C.
Beanie C,
That's
you
my
know what I'm
brother.
talking about.
Nah,
you know what I'm
I
talking
love
about.
him, yeah.
That
Okay,
was
so
an
it's not
amazing
debatable.
era for hip hop.
That's not
That's
debatable.
true hip hop. But no,
You
that's
know I love
besides
you
the
now.
point. Let me get to my
Let
point.
me finish.
So, because that's true hip hop, right? At least what we came up on. But I just wanted to know at what moment was it something or a situation or a life-changing moment that said, you're the messenger. You know, you have your businesses, you have your juice bars, everything's
Juices
healthy.
for life, pharmacy for life.
Correct.
I feel we all messengers, and I just feel like from being from the hood and understand what it's really like to be poor and then have money, and all of y'all know this. Like, really think about it. Think about our supermarkets and the stores we visited and the things we did before we had money.
It's the food desert. They trap us
think
in the
about
box.
the neighborhoods, and think about when we had money, and how the grocery stores looked, how the veggies looked,
Right.
how the fruits. It was organic. I didn't know what the organic meant before. It took me to be a grown man to figure out organic just was natural, untouched. That's what organic means. There should be a label for the other food. Organic is the right food.
Natural,
Well, I mean,
right.
so to say, it just means it don't got a bunch of
Pesticide, right.
like, you know what I mean? So I think when you understand, for me, it was understanding, I guess, being in the hip hop field and it being such a braggadocious, I find hip hop to be a verbal sport.
Right.
But no, I want to say, because you said, like, we all came from the gutter and you said come from the hood. Bro, what's your story? Because we all listened to you growing up. Like you said, you got us by 10 years. Like, your hood, your story coming up. Like, bro, where is Styles P? What is Styles P? What is the genesis of Styles P?
I'm a gangster and a gentleman. My mom's from South Africa. My pops is from Brooklyn. I came up dirt poor. I rhymed very well. I remember I sold crack. I sold dope. I sold smoke. I robbed. I worked stock jobs. I've known all the pain in the world. I've lost a little brother, a father, a daughter. I sell juice in the community. I rebuild parks. My story is a never-ending story. I couldn't tell you my story because I'm just in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I think when people say tell you their story, I'm not deep enough in my story unless I slip on that Eminem when I walk out. But other than that, I'm on a journey. I'm a journeyman that's been through. I'm a circular individual. I'm 360 degrees. I know 180 negative well. Now I'm just working on my 180 positive and trying to embrace it.
What does that mean? 180 negative, 180.
I'm half great, I'm half up. I'm 180 negative, I'm 180 positive. For most of my life, I've known how to operate off the 180 negative well. I'm a finely tuned 180 negative individual if need to be. Now I'm working on being a finely tuned 180 positive individual. That means I know I have good in me, which you could say is a good angel and a bad angel. I don't pretend to be either one. I know I have both forces in me, but I know what force I choose to want to rock with. I try to drop my ego and pride and deal from my 180 positive, which enables me to be free, let go, and when someone like you sees me, be able to approach me. My story is a caterpillar turned to butterfly. Now the butterfly wants to tell more caterpillars, let's turn to butterflies. And then Lord knows what a world full of butterflies can do.
There's so much we can dive into on that topic, but you gave me a little layup. The verses between the Locks and Dipset, I think that's going to be discussed for a very long time. It's still being discussed to this day. And it kind of took me back to like almost football, right? You go out there, we preparing, you know, maybe some teams prepare better than the other.
Knew it was coming. It wasn't a surprise.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. And then y'all demolish Dipset. I mean, I grew up listening to both of y'all.
I love Dipset. I love every single member of Dipset.
Okay. So for me, it's like, did you know that was going to happen? Because like, it's like when we go into games, it's like most of the time we knew we got this team or this was going to be a battle, right? This one's going to be tough. Y'all went out there and demolished Dipset. I watched that on YouTube. I had my wife, stay up. We gonna watch this 1 in the morning on YouTube. It was crazy, but you talked about, you know, the bad, the good versus the evil. So that's why I wanted to segue into this, is because I felt like you had to tap into the evil a little bit. Like
Always
you and Cam got
Always
it.
for war.
Like, I'm like, when Cam, you pull on Cam's foot, then
Always
Cam
for
kick
war.
you.
Always for war. I mean, it was really to show the youth that we respect our craft. It really wasn't about demolishing our opponents.
Did y'all sit down
That's
and have a
always
meeting?
part of
Did y'all have a meeting
anything.
and talk through this?
Oh, everything we ever do. Like every show, before every show, we practice. We go in the booth when we lay our verses. We don't punch. You understand what I'm saying? We get through the verse. You can get to that last line. If you f it up, start over. What y'all seen was 20-something years of the same fucking cycle, day in, day out, just play out in front of millions of people. That was like our normal game, but it was just in front of everybody, but with different circumstances on the line. Right. Now the internet was involved. Yeah. Now new kids is involved. The new age. Those who knew about us before, like him, he know we went through. We went through this with Rockefeller,
right,
G-Unit. Like we've been through shit. The youth didn't know it, and that wasn't seen on Instagram. So for us, it wasn't even more so about demolishing an opponent. It was really about executing your game plan. Like for me, rapping is a verbal sport. Like, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm coming up against you. I gotta bust this. I'm in the studio, we laying on the song. I'm not on no friendly shit. Like we cool, daps,
right.
Love is love, we chillin', vibe. But I'm letting you know, I wanna bust your f***ing ass. Me, Sheik, and Kisses on a song, we in a group. I don't never want you to like their shit better than mine.
Right.
If you do, I'm cool with it and I love, because those is my brothers,
right.
And the team wins.
But
every single time, I'm trying to bust your ass when this beat is on, dog.
Right.
Is there unwritten rules in hip hop? Because we saw what Kiss did. He done told Cameron, bro, you live in Miami, you ain't even in New York. But then we saw, who was that, Pusha T and Drake, when he pulled up his baby and pulled up all that stuff. Like, what? You going to kill somebody, is there a line you won't cross?
You know you're asking the wrong guy that's at this particular moment.
Is there a line you won't cross?
Yeah, no.
That ain't no answer.
It depends on who. It's not a line, like the more mature you are, and who depends on who your opponent is and how it all started. and who crossed the line first, and your reputation and your relationship with the person. If y'all soft, it don't matter.
Yeah.
If y'all soft, you can cross any kind of line.
Right, you said-
nothing's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest.
If you respect- if you respect
soft
the
dudes
dude,
can cross any kind of line. Nothing is gonna happen.
Personally, you know the 2 list of guys that you know. If I cross the line with this guy, something gonna come. If I cross the guy with these dudes.
There ain't no whole list of. First of all, I don't know 2 lists. I'm keeping it a buck with you. I don't know 2 lists. The list of guys you shouldn't cross. I don't know if there's a whole entire list of that. The list of guys front like you shouldn't cross them may be very long.
I got a question. Speaking of lines, right? And not crossing them, there's one dude that I don't understand how he's able to cross any line with anybody. And I just want to know, is he that powerful outside of the rap game where he's able to go at any and everybody and there's never any type of repercussion?
Who?
50.
50.
Always going at people and, making fun of and.
I love when he does that.
Right.
I think he's
like
just
it.
the true essence of a New Yorker who doesn't give a
Yeah.
Like, see, when we had it with him, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was beautiful because bullies are meant to be met with bullies. Dog respect dog. Like, sometimes you need a good old dog fight. And I think from his journey and his story and what he's been through as a human being, as a person, as a businessman, I couldn't imagine being in that situation without a mom as a youth and getting to that position. So, me being from the New York streets and knowing what New York streets is like, I can imagine myself being worse if I was in his position with that power.
Right.
Everyone's mistakes, pluses, positives, negatives, is part of their journey. There's times in my life where people could have shut the door and closed the door on me and not with me no more and said, he did this, he did that. Like, I've done a lot of stupid. Like I told you honestly before, I've kind of done everything under the sun. And maybe without doing that, I wouldn't be here today. Or maybe that was part of my journey and part of my protocol. Maybe that part of 50 Cent journey and what he does, what keeps him driving and what made him get to this point. And maybe that may be that same energy that's gonna bring him to do something greater at some other point. So I really don't know. I just smoke and relax and watch the cards, chips fall where they may.
Okay, let's push it forward to the modern era. What type of shape is the rap game in now? It feel like, every couple of months we losing somebody.
Yeah.
Right? So like the responsibility of the OG rappers.
I believe we're at a time where it's bigger than, as I say earlier, it's gonna take all of us. I believe it's bigger than saying what a rapper's doing, what an athlete's doing, what an actor's doing, what a police doing, what a street dude's doing, what are the gangs doing. I believe we at that time what are we doing as a collective?
They say like, Kaepernick took that knee. So there was a lot of pressure on a football player. LBJ, shut up and dribble. There was a lot of pressure on basketball.
Yeah, stand with each other.
So now we talking about the rap game, because in our neighborhoods, there's rules, right, where we come from.
The rules. I tell, listen to me,
Right.
as I'm on your show here and now. You as a brown man, black king, wherever the you from, whatever your position is, whether it's legal, illegal, celebrity, non-celebrity, blood, crip, gangbanger, non-gangbanger, your responsibility at this day and point is to say, what the am I doing to bring the balance and help the future? All that other comes in play with not being man enough to say, I don't give a about your rules. I give a about how I can help you.
Right.
I give a about how you can help me. I'm not here to judge you. We ain't here to judge each other. We ain't here to even always agree with each other. How the do I help your family? How do you help my family? How do we help each other's family? How do we help our community? Because what's the use of us having all this nice shit, making it anywhere, getting successful, doing anything successful if we can't bring the next generation along? Our people is bigger than saying, hey, I'm a football player, hey, I'm a rapper, hey, I'm a basketball player. No. Kaepernick took the knee, then as the future, or whatever the is going on, the next LeBron, the next Kaepernick, then the next Drake, Kendrick, the next B. Marshall, Ochocinco, the next LeBron, we all need to be saying, all right, here's the group, here's how we get it to collective, what the fuck are we doing, and is this something we supporting and we moving on as a unit or not?
So Drake versus Kanye. Quick on your thoughts there.
It's messy. It's not messy because nothing's happening, but it's like, it's a worthless battle. It's really an egotistical and prideful battle. Think about what we're doing right now. One guy's saying I'm a certified lover boy, right? One guy's titled the album after his dead mom. God bless the dead, much condolences. Why are we comparing that? Sonically, I like Drake's album better. Content-wise, I like Kanye's album better. I don't have to put myself in the box to say which one is better. I have two fucking individuals in myself to say, content-wise, this guy's relating to his mom, talking about Christ and all kind of other shit that's in this guy's talking about rich money, chicks he forgot, people mad at him, how much money he got, chicks he loved, who left him. He's singing about girls, he's singing about Christ. I would have heard Nas West Side of myself and all of a sudden, y'all asking me about it. I love them both, but really, like this is another shit why we ain't succeeding is what you get back to earlier. We can't let them give us the narrative and keep programming us for the crab in the barrel narrative.
And putting us against each other.
Why the f***? That is the whackest.
Right.
They ain't gonna fight. They ain't even inviting each other to the Frank stand. They ain't saying no crazy.
Right.
They ain't gonna do none of it. They gonna try to dress better than each other, buy better watches, date better models, buy better cars, mention paintings. I definitely don't know about, and I'm tired of it. You won't get me here, sit here, pick. And I like, you should get Nas album, J. Cole album, West Side Guns album, my fucking album, everybody else album, all of that shit done. They ain't fighting, they ain't even fighting, they ain't arguing, they ain't doing. Go the around the corner and square up a fucking hug. I'm tired of that. You wanna be honest? You want me to give you my real shit? They should both shut the fuck up. Why are you comparing the album's named after his dead mother, and this saying he's a certified lover boy? Why the fuck are we comparing that?
Locks, you just said Sheik and Kiss. How did y'all stay together that long? You 47, you talking about teenage, you talking about 30 plus years though, 30 plus years.
We had a code. We said before we got here we wasn't gonna break up over money. We wasn't gonna break up over women. We made an oath. We knew how it was to be broke together. We know how it was to strive together, have a dream together, have a goal together. We was from a place where didn't get the recognition. It's something you may not understand. We from Yonkers, New York.
Yeah.
Westchester
Big
County.
difference.
At the time,
Yeah.
you listened to the radio. God bless the dead. Heavy D was from Mount Vernon, next town up. Brand Nubians. God bless my big bros. They was from New Rochelle. We was from Yonkers, New York. Us, Mary J. Blige, and DMX is from Yonkers. Mary made it, but when you, as a youth, listening to the radio, you hear, yo, shout out to Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Long Island, yada, Queens, yada, yada, yada. Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, and they just leaving your hometown out. It gave us a battery like nothing else. Like we put it on our mind that we was getting on, and we was putting where we was from on the fucking map, and we was living by that. And not only that, to let it break up over, money is a lot. I love nice dog. Don't get me fucking wrong. I love nice
Has that oath been tested?
A lot. You think it ain't been tested?
Hey, hold on. Time out.
A lot, but it ain't been broken.
Can we just go there? Yeah. Can we go? You want to go there?
Go ahead. It ain't been broken.
All right. So we having a lot of success on our show.
Yeah.
And now people want to start, start sponsoring.
Yeah.
We being tested right now. So what kind of advice can you give us?
Stay solid within yourselves. Y'all built something. When you build something from the foundation up and it's from the ground up, the only time you should be bringing in other builders is for other spots when you want to expand and making sure you get your net worth off of it and they understand what y'all built and that y'all the builders and that they should be fortunate enough to come along and build a side and along with you for the future. And money is something we all know they print and burn every day. But a good homie, a good brothership, a good energy, a good kinship, a good someone to talk to and relate to say, wait, hey, even if we f***ed up and got to start from the bottom, this energy will get it back again. You do it once, you could do it again. Y'all know that well. I did it, I could definitely do this again. I bust this ass again.
Right.
That's life. Yeah. That's life.
Hey,
That's
man.
the show. That's the show.
No, wait. I need my battle back, man. Run that back, man.
The second verse?
Back.
Oh, he gonna go back to the lunch table. You crank it up, Ocho.
Verse number 2. You got me the first time, but my time to shine. Me got my dog Styles P sitting in the building. What you wanna do? I'ma get it eating fucking chitlins. Give me a minute. Cook that up. Where you going? Come here so I can bust your ass. Come on, man. Mike, keep the camera rolling.
We had to fight to get a meal. Yeah, wrongfully accused. We had to fight to get appeals. That's why we right to get a deal. He on the team, he gotta eat, you know. Despite your skills, keep it riding for the fam. You gotta light the fucking wheels.
You didn't even finish that shit. I did my job. I did my job. Look at his Look at it. Somebody look at Chad Ochocinco's ice cream. Look at this. Woo! I did a good job today.
Yeah, and I just keep coming with verses. Got the boy collecting bags. I'm like a woman with purses. To the top, like I'm dancing in the end zone. Told me I would fly, nigga hating, but they been wrong. Trying to get the cream. I've been trying to put my kin on. Did it with the team. Me, my in the end zone.
You was hot though, for real. You was hot, bro.
A little bit, yeah.
There's a couple times I seen him. He been hot on the show 3 times, and all 3 been with me.
Yeah, I would hurt.
You came out his head early though, bro.
Yeah, I had to.
When they take my foot, I need you to come see me in the hospital.
I'm gonna build you a new foot. I'm gonna build you a new foot.